Hello again, and welcome back to Debugging with KTiPs. If you're watching this, chances are you've already seen the first video in this playlist, where we talked about what machine learning is, what it isn't, and what the overall learning journey looks like. If not, I recommend starting there, the link should be popping up now. But either way, I'm glad you're here. Before we dive into the types of machine learning, let's quickly clear up something that often confuses people: the difference between artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. These three terms get thrown around a lot, sometimes as if they mean the same thing, but they don't. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is the broad idea of machines doing things that we associate with human intelligence, things like recognizing speech, solving problems, or making decisions. Machine learning is a specific way to build AI systems. Instead of programming every rule by hand, we give the machine data, and it learns the patterns on its own. That's the focus of this playlist. Deep learning is a kind of machine learning that uses layered neural networks to learn from large amounts of data. It's especially useful for complex tasks like image recognition, natural language understanding, and time series prediction. Later in this playlist, we'll actually build a deep learning model called an LSTM, which is great for working with sequences and time-based data. So just to recap, AI is the big picture. Machine learning is a method within AI. Deep learning is a more advanced type of machine learning. With that clarified, we can move into one of the most important concepts in machine learning: the types of learning itself. Understanding the different types of machine learning helps you decide how to approach a problem, what kind of model to use, and how your data needs to be structured. There are three main categories: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Let's start with the one you'll probably use the most. Supervised learning is the most common type of machine learning. It's called supervised because the model learns from labeled data, where each input comes with a known output. Imagine you're teaching a student using flashcards. One side has a problem, the other side has the answer. The student sees both and gradually learns the pattern. That's what supervised learning is like. Let's say you want to predict house prices. Your data might include features like square footage, number of bedrooms, and location, and the label is the actual price of the house. The model learns the relationship between the features and the labels. Once it's trained, you can give it new inputs, and it'll make predictions. Supervised learning is used in spam detection, medical diagnosis, credit scoring, sentiment analysis, and much more. And here's the exciting part. Later in this playlist, we'll build a supervised learning model using an LSTM, a type of neural network that's great at learning from sequences and time-based data, like housing prices over time. So if that sounds interesting, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss when we get to that hands-on project. Now imagine you have a lot of data, but no labels. You don't know the correct answers, and you just want to explore the structure of the data. That's where unsupervised learning comes in. The model has to find patterns on its own, without being told what to look for. Let's say you have customer behavior data from your website, but no information on who's loyal or not. An unsupervised model might group users based on similarities, revealing hidden customer segments. Unsupervised learning is used in market segmentation, anomaly detection, topic modeling, and recommender systems. It's all about discovery. It's used when you don't know what patterns exist yet, but want to find them. The third type is reinforcement learning. This is a completely different setup. Instead of learning from examples, the model interacts with an environment and learns through trial and error. Think of a robot trying to learn how to walk. It takes steps, falls, gets rewards when it succeeds, and learns from that feedback loop. Or a chess-playing AI. It plays games, learns which strategies work, and gets better over time. Reinforcement learning is used in game-playing AI, robotics, self-driving cars, traffic optimization, and some trading strategies. It's powerful, but also more complex than supervised or unsupervised learning. So let's quickly recap. Supervised learning means learning from labeled data to make predictions. Unsupervised learning means finding patterns in unlabeled data. Reinforcement learning means learning by taking actions and receiving rewards. Each type has its place, and understanding when to use which is a core part of becoming a machine learning practitioner. In the next video, we'll go hands-on and build our first supervised model from scratch, using real code, real data, and step-by-step explanation. But that's just the beginning. As we move forward, we'll continue building toward a real-world LSTM model that can make predictions from time-based sequences. If you're interested in learning by doing, and seeing exactly how these ideas play out in practice, this is your invitation to stick with the series. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and follow along. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.